Hello everyone, and welcome back to another edition of Let's Play Skyrim. You've probably noticed that this isn't exactly behaving like a side project anymore. It just turns out I'm having more fun with this than anything else. So, I'm sure that with a game of this scope, I'll want to slow down eventually, but at least here in the early going, I'm just having a blast and can't seem to stop playing. So, here we go. We're still exploring. We made a loop up out of the area where we started the game, cleared out a bandit camp, a shrine of Talos, and some standing stones, a necromantic altar, all of which were unmarked. We're still going to be checking out unmarked locations throughout the game, but we're about to go to our next real one. I'll probably do that in this video, but that will be Anise's cabin. But before we do that, there's one last unmarked spot to explore. So let's go do that. So I'm here at the Guardian Stones, where we left off. If you just head down this hill behind them, you can kind of see that boat in the water already. There's a hunter's camp here. There's an iron ore vein on the way in, which we want to mine, of course. Then as we move up here, all of this stuff is owned, so we have to be careful and actually sneak as we steal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 salmon, a Nord mead, weighs half a pound, value 5, restore 15 stamina, stamina regenerates 30% slower for 30 seconds, a coin purse with 8 gold, and come over here to pick the lock on this novice chest. I have 1 extra pick, so I'll break it, just for experience. See that uptick? That's actually pretty substantial. It goes a lot faster if you break your extra picks. And we have 51 gold in there.
I've been hunting and fishing in these parts for years.
I guess we can talk to her first.
It's not like my poaching is hurting anyone. The Jarl can hardly eat every deer now, can he? There's enough for all of us if you aren't greedy. Yes?
Alright.
Until next time.
Now you can kill her if you want to. That seems needlessly harsh to me. I am going to pickpocket her instead. And as before, this could take a while. She's got 8 iron arrows. Pickpocket raised to 17. She has 2 bear pelts. That's terrific. Once I succeed in getting them, which as you can see might take a bit, I'll be down to 17 needed.
What are you doing now?
There's 1. Oh, she's getting up.
Hi.
There's 2. Pickpocket to 18. I now need 17 bear pelts. Wait till she settles down again.
I've been hunting and fishing in these parts for years.
Being hidden gives you a 20% bonus to your pickpocketing chances. And we'd have, with our skill this low, we'd have a heck of a time getting anything without that. 18 gold. Awesome. A Horker loaf. Weight 1, value 4. Restore 10 points of health. And a Horker tusk. These were useless besides selling in the vanilla game, but with Hearthfire, surprise, surprise, you need them in order to fully furnish your houses. You need 12 Horker tusks. So once I grab this one, that number will be down to 11.
What are you doing? You could've...
Come on, lady.
You could've...
Come on. Got it. Pickpocket increased to 19. And now I need 11 Horker tusks. She's got 2 goat legs. Weight 1, value 3, restore 2 points of health.
Could've just... I guess I...
They carry a lot of stuff. You could just kill her, but besides being needlessly mean, you'd miss out on the pickpocket experience.
What are you doing?
She's really stingy with the goat legs. There's one. There's the other. 2 lockpicks.
I guess I can...
Nordmead. If you saw something odd just then, that's because the game just crashed. But we're back where we were, trying our best to pickpocket some Nordmead, and we got it. A raw rabbit leg, 2 venison, there's 1, by the way it's weight 2, value 4, restore 2 points of health.
You could've...
Going after the second venison.
You could've... I guess I can...
And she's got 2 wolf pelts. With those 2 in hand, I will only need 3 more. Awesome.
I guess I...
Pickpocket increased to 20. Delightful. Well, let's try and get her hunting bow.
You could've just...
22% odds aren't that bad for something that big.
What are you doing?
Got it. Excellent. Alright, my carry weight is at 100 out of 300. That's plenty. So, I'll go ahead right now and make my way over to Anise's cabin, which is going to turn into my starter house. First thing-
Fishing in these parts for years.
First things first, though, got a dragonfly spawn and fish spawn point here. Got a river betty and a beechen longfin. Haven't seen a river betty yet. Weight 3/10 of a pound, value 15, and 2 blue dartwings. And I actually only saw 2 dragonflies. But here's another spawn point. There's all 3, and I saw fish too. There they are. Histcarp, a beechen longfin, histcarp. Perfect. So just cross the river. Notice another clay deposit here. There's usually a critter of some sort back here behind the cabin. I've seen it just be a wolf, and I've also seen a frostbite spider. Getting some kind of glitch. Maybe I can fix it by actually jumping. Well, there's a lone thistle branch. There it is. It's a skeever. Down he goes. And I got my first point in heavy armor. So you can see, even on adept, leveling the armor skills is taking forever. Did he give me a disease? No. Good. We'll take his skeever tail, and we'll raise him as a zombie. Get an always useful dose of conjuration experience. Conjuration to 33. Alright. Now we can creep up on the house. We don't really have to creep yet. There's a purple mountain flower. I think I see another thistle branch over here. This dilapidated cabin will serve as a house until we're able to buy Breeze Home in Whiterun. Here's Anise. First, I'm keeping track of everything, including location, so when I pause now, it's just to take Anise's cabin off the list of things I need to do before the before the playthrough is over. Alright, there's a thistle branch. Let's creep around the outside first. There's a red mountain flower. Alright, let's deal with Anise before we do anything inside that fence. First, let's talk to her.
I'm just a poor old woman, dear. No need to trouble yourself with me. It's so nice to have a visitor. I get so lonely out here. It's tough just scraping by out here, but I make do. It's tough just scraping by out here, but I make do.
Now let's get out of sight and see what we're able to pickpocket. A potion of minor magicka. Pickpocket increased to 21. And I gained a level. Put that point into health. I think there's still no crafting perks available. What did I do last time? Shield wall 1. So I'll move on other stuff I need. I'll get armsman 1 out of the one-handed tree on this level. So one-handed weapons do 20% more damage. Pretty cool. Now Anise may seem nice, but in actuality, she's an evil witch. As we'll discover, if we go into her cellar and come back out, she'll attack us. So,
it's so nice to have a visitor.
I think we would do well to try and get the jump on her. Can I score a sneak attack with a greatsword? Yes, I can. So she has blue mage robes, which are essentially identical to black mage robes, boots, and a steel dagger. Now we can steal her shovel, 2 cabbages, 3 leeks, and 2 potatoes. I think she levels with you. I think she's still low enough that I can raise her and get a little conjuration. Yes. Two-handed increased to 31. Perfect. And now we can start looting out her cabin. Let's take the kettle. Let's see what we have in here. This cupboard is safe storage, like they always are. I have 2 tankards, 2 wooden plates, a purple mountain flower, a petty soul gem, which is empty, hagraven feathers, weight 1/10 of a pound, value 20 for unknown effects. And here's a death bell, weight 1/10 of a pound, value 4, but for the same quest as the Nirnroot and the Nightshade, Ingen Blackbriar, I think it's coded as few and far between, I need to find 20 death bells. In addition, I need 1 extra death bell for the Daedric quest, the only cure, so in total, I need 21 death bell. That's my first one, so my needs are down to 20. And here is another snowberry, which I need to create a potion of fortify enchanting. That's my third. I need 26 more of those, plus 29 opposite ingredients. In here, a roll of paper, weight 1, value 4, a tankard, a wooden bowl, and a wooden sword, damage 3, weight 3, value 25. Inside the barrel, 3 carrots. Now, the barrel and the sacks up here are unsafe storage, so you can't put anything in them. 2 salt piles, 2 green apples, 3 sacks of flour. Let's move to the left. Alto wine on the ground, rabbit, frost miriam, cast iron pot, tankard, vegetable soup, weight 1/2 pound, value 5. That, restore 1 point of health per second for 720 seconds. Restore 1 point of stamina per second for 720 seconds. Pretty awesome. Basically gives you infinite power attacks. Red mountain flower, hide boots, a long bow, an empty wine bottle, a garlic braid, a tankard, a pheasant roast, weight 2/10 of a pound, value 4. That one restores 5 points of health. A wooden plate, 2 halves of bread, and wheat, weight 1/10 of a pound, value 5 for unknown effects. Let's turn around. A tankard. Inside the dresser we have boots, and a blacksmith's apron, armor 0, weight 1, value 8. Here we have a ruined book, weight 2, value 5. 3 more. We have an apothecary's satchel with hagraven feathers and lavender, weight 1/10, value 1, 4 unknown effects. Back here there's a bucket and a coin purse with 13 gold. And finally, here we have a book, Song of the Alchemists, weight 1, value 55. Alchemy increased to 27, and like Night Falls on Sentinel, I have this on 3 different lists. First of all, it's just on the book list as a readable book. Second, it's on the free skill boost list as a way to raise alchemy for free. Because I use the Augma Infinium Path of Shadow, I have... Well, I'll just subtract that out, depending on where because I think by the time I find the Augma Infinium, I'm actually going to have everything maxed already. So I'm just going to say there are 8 alchemy boosts, and with that, it's down to 7. There are 4 skill books left. Just a minute, I'm updating my notes. And then, of course, there's a rare gifts quest, you know, where you have to bring somebody something that's somewhat rare. In Morthal, you need to bring a copy of Song of the Alchemists to Lami, the apothecary. And as with Night Falls on Sentinel, when you get the quest, a copy spawns, but it makes more sense to me to just hold on to this one. Finally, I can go take Song of the Alchemists off of that list. Terrific. And finally, we need to read the book. The Song of the Alchemists, Ancient Tales of the Dwemer, Part 5, by Marabar Sul. When King Moranian's alchemist had to leave his station after a laboratory experiment that yielded detonation, the word went out that the king did want a new savant to mix his potions and brews, but he declared he would only choose a fellow who knew the tricks and the tools. The king refused to hire on more fools. After much deliberation, discussions, and debates, the king picked 2 well-learned candidates, Eanthropus Minthurk and Emphatic Fair, an ambitious pair, vied to prove which one was the best. Said the king, there will be a test. They went to a large chamber with herbs, gems, tomes, pots measuring cups all under high crystalline domes. Make me a tonic that will make me invisible, laughed the king in a tone some would call risible. So Emphatic Fair and Eanthropus Minthurk began to work, mincing herbs, mashing metal, refining strange oils, cautiously setting their cauldrons to burbling boils, each on his own sending mixing bowls mixing, sometimes peeking to see what the other was fixing. After they had worked for nearly 3/4 an hour, both Eanthropus Minthurk and Emphatic Fair winked at the other, certain he won. Said King Moranian, now you must taste the potions you've wrought. Take a spoon and sample it right from your pot. Minthurk vanished as his lips touched his brew, but Fair tasted his and remained apparent in view. You think you mixed silver, blue diamonds, and yellow grass. The king laughed. Look up, Fair, up to the ceiling glass. The light falling makes the ingredients you choose quite different hues. What do you get? Asked the floating voice bold. Of a potion of red diamonds, blue grass, and gold. By Dwemer God, said Fair, his face in a wince, I've made a potion to fortify my own intelligence. Publisher's note. This poetry is so clearly in the style of Gore Felin that it really does not need any commentary. Note the simple rhyming scheme of AA, BB, CC, the sing-song but purposefully clumsy meter, and the recurring jokes at the obviously absurd names, Emphatic Fair and Eanthropus Minthurk. The final joke that the stupid alchemist invents a potion to make himself smarter by pure accident would have appealed to the anti-intellectualism of audiences in the interregnum period, but would certainly be rejected by the Dwemer. Note that even Marabar Sul refuses to name any Dwemer gods. The Dwemer religion, if it can even be called that, is one of the most complex and difficult puzzles of their culture. Over the millennia, the song became a popular tavern song in High Rock, before eventually disappearing from everything but scholarly books, much like the Dwemer themselves. Now, because we killed Anise, good, it didn't glitch. We can use this bed. So, now, at least for all my crafting sessions, I'll now at least be able to make myself rested, which will help them go along a little faster. So here's a novice locked door to her cellar. I have 2 spare picks, and naturally I'm going to break them. There we go. Lock picking to 18. Perfect. And here we are in the cellar. There's a basket right in front of us. Now you may have noticed there were 2 safe storages up there, the dresser and the cupboard. Although the container types aren't exactly right, everything down here is safe storage. In addition, you see an alchemy lab and an arcane enchanter. That makes this a great starter house. All we're missing is accessible smithing equipment, but it's not very far to Riverwood, so the only thing we still really lack is a smelter. So we'll still get Breeze home as soon as we can, but this is a much better situation than having to leave all our stuff in one spot in Alvar's house. There's a bucket behind the ladder. Inside this sack we have 4 carrots. Inside this sack 5 tomatoes. Inside this large sack, 5 green apples. Over on this shelf, a lantern, an iron dagger, a weak poison, weight 1/2 a pound, value 58, causes 15 points of poison damage. A drum, weight 4, what was the value there? 10. A flute, weight 2, value 25. A lantern, weight 2, value 1. I don't know if I'd mentioned that already. And an apothecary's satchel. In here we have a blue mountain flower, ice wraith teeth, weight 3/10 of a pound, value 30. A woman in Riften, Maurice Aravel, has a quest called Ice Cold, which requires us to deliver 5 ice wraith teeth. Now, that number's down to 4. I've got my first set. And a small pearl, weight 1/10, value 2, for unknown effects. There's nothing over at the arcane enchanter. Here's our second death bell. So with that, I only need 19 more. An enchanter's potion, weight 1/2 a pound, value 54. That one, for 60 seconds, items are enchanted 10% stronger. There's another set of Hagraven feathers. Anise's letter, weight 0, value 0. Gotta go take this off the book list, of course. Anise's letter. Helgi, dear, why do you hesitate? You can feel the power coursing in your blood. You have only to reach out and grasp it. Renounce that boy of yours and come live with me in the forest. My sister will be here soon. Together we can form a proper coven, and your training will truly begin. So I guess if you come into the basement, you find out she's a witch, and Anise is none too thrilled about that, so she turns hostile and attacks you if you didn't kill her in advance. An inkwell, weight 3/10, value 1. A quill, weight 1/2 a pound, value 1. A wooden bowl, a tankard, a wooden ladle, bone meal. Let's search this barrel. 3 canis root, weight 1/10, value 5. There's a bucket. If I hop up here, we've got another weak poison, and a potent paralysis poison, weight 1/2 a pound, value 337. Target is paralyzed for 7 seconds. That's not bad. A lantern, a spigot, weight 2, value 1, a wooden ladle, a skull, 3 ruined books, 4th ruined book, and finally whatever's inside the cupboard. A girl's red dress, weight 2, value 5, roll of paper, wooden bowl, wooden sword. Okay. Now, I'm ready to start moving stuff into here. So, let me tell you how I like to organize things in this space. Usable alchemy ingredients go inside this satchel. So anything I'm not holding on to that I'm just going to make a potion out of. So, the Abetian longfin, the blue dartwing, the blue mountain flower, bone meal, canis root, frost miriam, garlic, 3 hagraven feathers, 3 hissed carp, lavender, orange dartwing, 2 purple, 2 red, river betty, 2 salt pile, skeever tail, small pearl, thistle branch, and wheat can all go in there. I call this my smithing sack. I stick in here anything that is or will be useful in smithing. I'm going to hoard a lot of iron ore before I can actually use it. The good news is that when you're building the house, you actually gain smithing experience from that, so it's just delayed. It's not like it disappears and you get no XP from it. But I'm going to go ahead and stash ore in the smithing sack, even though I won't ultimately use the use the ingots that I smelt, just because it seems like a sensible place to put them. Over here, this is my enchanting barrel. Basically, I stick my empty soul gems in here until I learn Soul Trap. As I find filled soul gems or disenchantable items, I stash them in there as well. In this cupboard, I like to stick everything that I'm holding on to gear-wise. So that would include my best one-handed sword, my best bow, my best great sword, and my best light armor. All that will end up in here. That's all at Alvar's house right now. These two sacks, in one of them, I like to put my crafting cycle materials. So that would be, I think the only one I have right now are the snowberries. But I'll stick those in there. Nothing in here. Yes. And I have a couple more snowberries and a few other things at Alvar's house. And I think that's it. And in this one, I like to put unique items. So, or no, I'll put those upstairs. In here, I like to put anything I'm going to have to eventually turn in for a quest or use in Hearthfire. So here is where I'll put things like the Song of the Alchemists that I'm hoarding, or the Death Bells and Ice Wraith Teeth that I'm holding on to, or the Bear Pelts, or the Wolf Pelts, or the Horker Tusk. Anything that I'm holding for later that's quest related or Hearthfire related, I'll leave in that sack. And as for right here, this is where I'll stick unique items, so the Woodsman's Friend will go in here. And finally, this is where I like to stick stolen stuff that I would otherwise sell, and I leave that in here until I get the fence perk, or probably before I get the fence perk I'll join the Thieves Guild, and then I'll fence all this stuff through Tonelia. So everything I have stolen, everything with a stolen tag that's useless to me besides selling, goes in there. So I'll start by getting rid of the stuff that's actually from her house. Plus everything I pickpocketed off that hunter, or stole from the hunter's camp. Okay, and now I'm ready to move everything I stashed at Alvor's over to Anise's and properly sort it all. It's nice just to have all your things organized, not to mention having an arcane enchanter. It's quite helpful too. Let me let me sell the few legitimate goods I've got. I think, namely, the stuff I took off Anise after I killed her.
Riverwood, take a look.
Can sell that stuff off to Lucan right quick. So the steel dagger, the blue mage robes, the boots, and some of the food. And the letter. Alright.
Damn thief.
Now, let's move everything over there.
Make yourself at home.
Good, there isn't
I've
enough
been looking
in...
for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. Ah, a letter from the Jarl. Moving up in the world, eh? Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Okay, I thought the cutoff level for this was 10, but I guess it's earlier than that. This is something that'll only happen if you have Hearthfire installed, but letter from Jarl Sidgeir of Falkreath. Weight 0, value 0. Travis, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sidgeir, and I have the honor to be the Jarl of the proud and ancient city of Falkreath. The fame of your exploits across Skyrim has brought you to my attention. If you are interested in becoming a Thane of Falkreath Hold, I invite you to speak to me the next time you are in Falkreath. Aside from the honor that accrues to the title, my Thanes are entitled to a personal housecarl. I can also tell you privately that a choice parcel of land in Falkreath would be available for your purchase should your services prove useful to me. I look forward to meeting you in person. I remain Jarl Sidgeir of Falkreath. So we got miscellaneous objective to speak to the Jarl of Falkreath, and in addition, that eliminates the rare gifts quest we would have to do for Sidgeir to get his attention. So if you don't have Hearthfire, keep your Blackbriar mead, but I no longer have any use for it, so I'm going to sell both the letter I just got and the Blackbriar mead I've been hoarding.
I better get back to cleaning the store.
Because I no longer have any use for it. Now, let's head to Anise's cabin, sort all my stuff out. I'll just start here and work my way in. I don't think I have much that's stolen that I just want to sell. I think it boils down to the things I pickpocketed off that Legion soldier. Yep, we're good otherwise. Let's move in here. This is where I'm sticking unique items. Right now the only one I have is the Woodsman's Friend, so it will live in there. Let's go to the cellar. In the excuse me, quest lists, or quest items sack, I'm going to stash none of this. This is all crafting cycle stuff. The Potion of Minor Healing, the Frost Salts, the Nightshade, the Nirnroot, the Slaughterfish Scales, Nightfalls on Sentinel, the Bear Pelts, the Corundum Ingot, the Deer Hide, the Glass, the Goat Hide, the Goat Horns, the Orichalcum Ingots, and the Wolf Pelts. In here, crafting cycle stuff. The Fur Gauntlets, the Rough Spun Tunic, and my 2 rings, as well as my 2 snowberries. And my 4 iron ingots. Into the smithing sack, stash my gems and my ore. In this satchel go the rest of the actual usable ingredients. In here, I'll stash the Imperial Bow, the Steel Sword, the Hide Shield, and the Imperial Light Armor. And the Iron Shield. In here, I could stash all of the enchanting stuff, but here's what I'd rather do. Now, enchanting... disenchanting gives you a big dose of enchanting experience, and you can only get it once, you know, the first time you learn the effect. So it's worth it to switch to the Mage Stone before disenchanting anything. So I will switch to the Mage Stone. Sneak increased to 33. That means something is nearby. And I'm going to rest for an hour. So I've got a total of a 25% XP boost to enchanting. Enchanting. To enchant an item, you must know an enchantment and have a filled soul gem to power the enchantment. Enchantments are learned by disenchanting, destroying enchanted items. So, let's disenchant the Hooded Thalmor robes. You learned the Fortified Destruction enchantment from destroying this item. Awesome. Enchanting increased to 17. The Iron Boots of Resist Fire. You learned the Resist Fire enchantment from destroying this item. That's beautiful. Enchanting increased to 19. Novice Hood. You learned the Fortify Magicka enchantment from destroying this item. That's awesome. And enchanting raised to 20, which means that when I get another perk, I'll be able to get Enchanter 2. So that will be my next perk. I reached a prerequisite threshold. And finally, the Novice Robes. You learned the Fortify Magicka Regen enchantment. Cool. And enchanting raised to 21. So all in all, not too shabby. Alright. Let's go put the Thief Stone back on. It's so nice playing it on a PC. I played it on the Xbox first, and the load times were just ridiculous. Fast traveling like this would have been murderous, but it's not too bad at all. Am I still rested? Yeah. Good. Well, let's survey our ingredients and make some potions. Usable ingredients are as follows. If I can just get my app open. We have 2 Abetian Longfin, 4 Blue Dartwing, 11 Blue Mountain Flower, 1 Bone Meal, 3 Canis Root, a Frost Miriam, garlic, 3 Hagraven Feathers, 3 Hist Carp, a Lavender, 8 Luna Mothwing, 1 Orange Dartwing, 2 Purple Mountain Flower, 6 Red Mountain Flower, 1 River Betty, 2 Salt Pile, 1 Skeever Tail, 1 Small Pearl, 26 Thistle Branch, and 1 Wheat. Let's see what we can make. First potion, Frost Miriam, Purple Mountain Flower, and Wheat. That gives me damage stamina regen and lingering damage magicka on Wheat. Awesome. Next up, Garlic River Betty Salt Pile. We learn slow on Salt Pile and Riverbeddy. And alchemy raises to 28. Not bad. Next, Abetian Longfin, Purple Mountain Flower, and Small Pearl. We learn 3 of the 4 Small Pearl effects. We got Resist Frost, Fortify Restoration, and Restore Stamina. Excellent. For our next potion, Histcarp, Red Mountain Flower, and Skeever Tail. Damage Stamina Regen and Fortify Magicka on Histcarp. Cool. Only one effect left to find on Histcarp. Next potion is a blue Dartwing, Histcarp, and orange Dartwing. Didn't learn any new effects, but that's okay. Abetian Longfin and Salt Pile. That gives me Fortify Restoration on Salt Pile, which is the last one. We've learned all 4 effects for Salt Pile. Hooray us. Blue Mountain Flower, Hagraven Feathers, Lunamoth Wing. Fortify Conjuration and Damage Magicka on the feathers, Damage Magicka on the wing. Not bad. And we can make 3 of these potions. That first one raised alchemy to 29. Very good. Blue Mountain Flower, Bone Meal, Canis Root. That got us Damage Stamina on Canis Root. Not that awesome, but better than nothing. Blue Dartwing, Blue Mountain Flower, Lavender. Fortify Conjuration on Lavender. Histcarp and Red Mountain Flower, and Blue Dartwing and Blue Mountain Flower. And we're done for now. Put those other ingredients back in the satchel. I'm gonna rest again just because. That 5% boost, if we can really maintain it while we sell things and level speech, that will help us out a lot. Let's sell this stuff to Lucan. The fruits of our little crafting experiment.
Get up the Riverwood Trail. Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that.
Alright, potions. Speech to 26. And I'm up to level 10. Take a point of health, and like I said earlier, I'm going to take Enchanter 2 with that perk point.
Damn thieves.
New enchantments are now 40% stronger.
Oh, a bit of this.
Very good.
A bit of that.
Let's keep selling him potions. 154. He's gonna run out of money. which means I get to buy some stuff. Let's see what he's got that's useful. A deer hide. I do need it. How many do I need? Right now it's 14. With that purchase it drops to 13. 49. Can I sell him anything? Yes. I do need glass. I needed 49. With those two, the number drops to 47. Can I sell him anything with 35 gold? No. Lo and behold, a Grand Soul Gem. I ultimately need 29 filled Grand Soul Gems. There's my first one. That ought to do it. So let's sell him my remaining potions. Speech 27. That's great. And we'll run back to Anise's cabin.
Alright then.
Drop off our purchases. And I think at that point we'll call it a video. I'm going to circle back just a little bit, get the treasure chest from Treasure Map 1, and pass through another random encounter site over there. But I'm going to loop back to Riverwood, and I'm going to properly clean the place out. That'll be a big endeavor. It'll take a while. And if you think that's big, wait till we get to Whiterun. But definitely worthwhile. So in this sack we stick the deer hide and the glass. In this one we put the Grand Soul Gem. Now with that done, we're ready. Now that we have a house and a place to stash all the stuff we find, we're ready to tackle Riverwood in earnest. So, this has been Let's Play Skyrim. We're finished idly exploring the area around the start. We have a house, our own space with a usable bed, we have access to everything we need to craft except a smelter. So smithing will still be delayed somewhat, but we can enchant and make potions. We have a usable bed, we have a place to store stolen goods, and that means it's time to tackle Riverwood. So when we come back, that's exactly what I'll do. But until then, I thank you very much for watching, and hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.